Hello and welcome to day 127 of our Chronological Bible in a Year reading. Today we have two chapters, 2 Samuel 7 and 1 Chronicles 17. So, 2 Samuel chapter 7. And it came to be when the sovereign was dwelling in his house, and Yahuwah had given him rest from all his enemies all around, that the sovereign said to Nathan the Nabi, which is the prophet, "See now, I am dwelling in a house of cedar, but the ark of Elohim dwells within curtains." And Nathan said to the sovereign, "Go, do all that is in your heart, for Yahuwah is with you." And it came to be that night that the word of Yahuwah came to Nathan, saying, "Go and say to my servant David, Thus said Yahuwah, would you build a house for me to dwell in? For I have not dwelt in a house since the time that I brought the children of Israel up from Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, even to this day, but have moved about in a tent and in a dwelling place. Wherever I have walked with all the children of Israel, have I ever spoken a word to anyone from the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to shepherd my people Israel, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? And now say to my servant David, Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, I took you from the pasture, from following the flock, to be ruler over my people, over Israel. And I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I've cut off all your enemies from before you, and I've made you a great name, like the name of the great ones who are on the earth. And I shall appoint a place for my people Israel, and shall plant them, and they shall dwell in a place of their own, and no longer be afraid. Neither shall the children of wickedness oppress them again, as at the first. Even from the day I appointed rulers over my people Israel, and have caused you to rest from all your enemies. And Yahuwah has declared to you that Yahuwah would make you a house. When your days are filled and you rest with your fathers, I shall raise up your seed after you, who comes from your inward parts, and shall establish his reign. He builds a house for my name, and I shall establish the throne of his reign forever. I am to be his father, and he is my son. If he does perversely, I shall reprove him with the rod of men, and with the blows of the sons of men. But my kindness does not turn aside from him, as I turned it aside from Shaul, whom I removed from before you. And your house and your reign are to be steadfast forever from before you, or are to be steadfast forever before you. Your throne is established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so Nathan spoke to David. And sovereign David went in and sat before Yahuwah, and he said, Who am I, O Adonai Yahuwah? And what is my house, that you have brought me this far? And yet this was a small matter in your eyes, O Adonai Yahuwah. And you have also spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come. And is this the teaching of man, O Adonai Yahuwah? And what more does David say to you? For you, Adonai Yahuwah, know your servant. Because of your word, and according to your own heart, you have done all this greatness to make it known to your servant. Give me 1 second. I feel like I know what Adonai means, but I just want to double check. Adonai means my master. Okay. You are great indeed, O Adonai Yahuwah, for there is none like you, and there is no Elohim but you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And who is like your people, like Israel, the one nation on the earth whom Elohim went to redeem for himself as a people, to make for himself a name, and to do for you greatness and awesome deeds for your land before your people, whom you redeemed for yourself from Mitzrayim, from the nations and their mighty ones. And you have established for yourself your people Israel as your own people forever. And you, Yahuwah, have become their Elohim. And now, O Yahuwah Elohim, the word which you have spoken concerning your servant and concerning his house, establish it forever, and do as you have said. And let your name be made great forever, saying, Yahuwah of hosts is the Elohim over Israel. And let the house of your servant David be established before you. For you, O Yahuwah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, have revealed this to your servant, saying, I build you a house. Therefore your servant has taken heart to pray this prayer to you. And now, O Adonai Yahuwah, you are Elohim, and your words are true, and you have spoken this goodness to your servant. And now be pleased to barak, which means to bless, the house of your servant, to be before you forever. For you, O Adonai Yahuwah, have spoken it, and with your barakah, which is your blessing, let the house of your servant be Baruch, which means blessed forever. And now we're going to 1 Chronicles chapter 17, I believe. Let's see. Yep, 1 Chronicles chapter 17. Here we go. And it came to be, when David was dwelling in his house, that David said to Nathan the Nabi, See, I am dwelling in a house of cedar, but the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah is under curtains. And Nathan said to David, Do all that is in your heart, for Elohim is with you. And it came to be that night that the word of Elohim came to Nathan, saying, Go, and you shall say to my servant David, Thus said Yahuwah, You do not build me a house to dwell in. For I have not dwelt in a house since the time that I brought up Yisrael, even to this day, but have gone from tent to tent, and from Mishkan to another. Sorry for the break, but I may be mistaken. I may have said that wrong in the first reading, and what we just read. But either way. Verse 6. Wherever I have moved about with all Yisrael, have I ever spoken a word to any of the rulers of Yisrael, whom I commanded to shepherd my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? And now say this to my servant David, Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, I took you from the sheepfold, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people Yisrael. And I have gone with you wherever you have gone, and have cut off all your enemies from before you, and have made you a name like the name of the great men who are on the earth. And I shall prepare a place for my people Yisrael, and plant them, and they shall dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Nor shall the sons of wickedness oppress them any more, as at the first, since the time that I commanded rulers to be over my people Yisrael, and I have humbled all your enemies. And I declare to you that Yahuwah builds you a house. And it shall be, when your days are filled to go to be with your fathers, that I shall raise up your seed after you, who is of your sons, and I shall establish his reign. He builds me a house, and I shall establish his throne forever. I am to be his father, and he is to be my son. And my kindness I do not turn away from him, as I took it from him who was before you. And I shall establish him in my house and in my reign forever, and let his throne be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And sovereign David came in and sat before Yahuwah, and said, Who am I, O Yahuwah Elohim, and what is my house, that you have brought me this far? And this was a small matter in your eyes, O Elohim, but you have spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come, and have looked upon me as though I were an exalted man, O Yahuwah Elohim. What more could David add to you for the esteem of your servant? For you know your servant. O Yahuwah, for your servant's sake, and according to your own heart, you have done all this greatness, in making known all these great matters. O Yahuwah, there is none like you, nor is there any Elohim besides you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And who is like your people Yisrael, the one nation on the earth, whom Elohim went to redeem for himself as a people, to make for yourself a great and awesome name, by driving out nations from before your people whom you redeemed from Mitzrayim? For you appointed your people Yisrael to be your own people forever, and you, Yahuwah, have become their Elohim. And now, O Yahuwah, the word which you have spoken concerning your servant and concerning his house, let it stand fast forever, and do as you have said. So let it stand fast, and your name be great forever, saying, Yahuwah of hosts, Elohim of Yisrael, is Elohim to Yisrael, and let the house of your servant David be established before you. For you, O my Elohim, have revealed to your servant to build a house for him. Therefore your servant has come to pray before you. And now, Yahuwah, you are Elohim, and have promised this goodness to your servant. And now you have been pleased to barak the house of your servant to be before you forever. For you have barak it, O Yahuwah, and it is Baruch forever. And that concludes the reading for today. Yep, not too long of a day, but Thanks for joining. Hope you're reading along, and peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.